everyone, it's Bob Perkins with aa-isp's Inside Sales Studio, bringing you the Monday Morning Sales Minute. As you can see from my background, I'm not actually in my studio, but I'm on the road as part of the summer sales tour. I'm actually in College Park, Maryland, down here visiting my daughter, who's a volleyball coach, but also we're doing some business working with one of our sponsors on a special research project. But this morning, it's great to have Amy Pence with us. Hi, Amy. How are you today?
Hi, Bob. Great. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. And Amy is the Director of Sales Productivity. It's a great position now as inside sales is growing. And I know, Amy, you touch on a lot of pieces of your business, trying to make or help the sellers, the inside sales reps, the business development reps, help them to become more productive. Amy's going to share some tips on prospecting, and super excited to hear from a sales enablement standpoint what you might share with this morning. So please go ahead and share with the viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. Productivity really boils down to efficiency and effectiveness. And when you think about how I can bring more revenue in, right, bring more money in my pocket, oftentimes reps forget that starting with prospecting is really where it all starts, right? We talk a lot about revenue is king, prospecting then is queen. So we had some tips with our Chief Revenue Officer last month talking about how to exceed our pipeline, which really is being purposeful in your prospecting. And it really boils down to 3 tips. One, which is researching is not prospecting. Right, so I think, I've been a rep and I know you can get kind of in the weeds real quick, really, finding a lot of great information out there on your target accounts, your prospects. We use quite a bit of tools to, find the right contacts and using like LinkedIn Sales Navigator as an example, but that is not really prospecting. So that's a kind of a reminder we always give in our Sales Academy when we're talking about building that pipeline. The other one is prospecting is a never-ending responsibility, right? It's not just something that you do when things are slow. So it's kind of a mindset that we want to make sure reps start here at Alteryx when we really embark on, they're out of Sales Academy, they're out in the wild world, as we like to say, and they're, at the desk, looking at the computer, looking at the phone, looking back at the computer, looking at the phone, kind of wondering where to start, right? So we always start with a mindset. The other piece is prospecting isn't something that you just kind of fill your gaps in with, throughout your day. We try to really impress upon, especially the kind of newer, kind of fresh out of school LDRs, our lead development reps, that you plan your prospecting time first, right? Those are the golden hours. Yeah. And then everything else kind of falls into play. And I don't know if our organization is really much different than most, but in this respect, it's probably not much different. Marketing does not contribute 100% of our sales pipeline, right? So we always ask the reps, if marketing's not creating 100% of your pipeline, who is? That's you.
Those are great. No, go ahead. Sorry. Finish.
I was going to say, starting with that mindset's really important.
Yeah, those are 3 great tips, but very fundamental, simple yet today's inside sales reps, especially business development, that make a living by prospecting, sometimes forget that. I like the first one. Don't confuse research with prospecting. Yet some research in some or many cases is very critical to warm up and personalize that messaging. So that's good.
Absolutely.
But don't get caught in. The second one you mentioned was, you've heard of ABC, always be closing. Well, you said ABP. Always be prospecting.
Or prospecting, yes.
Yeah, that's great. And third, I love make it a priority. I often tell people, put it in Outlook as time as if you were meeting one-on-one with your boss. You're not going to miss that. You're not going to push that off. Make prospecting time that important.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say our reps are probably not unlike most, where you're juggling a lot of different priorities. Yeah. So that kind of time of golden hours to respect prospecting is really important. Meanwhile, it still lets you execute, whether it's, following up on MQLs, your marketing qualified leads, your account-based marketing, right? Kind of all the plates that we have to keep spinning. Prospecting obviously kind of goes hand in hand with some of those activities. So it's really important to plan, be purposeful, and just be consistent, right? That's really one of the keys.
You talk about the golden hour. There's been a lot of studies on best time in the morning, afternoon to reach prospects. What have you found in your experience to be some good times for that?
That's a great question. We definitely find the bookend, early morning, in the evening. Our business, we focus on line of business analysts, so it's not the typical decision maker, right, in kind of that traditional sales. But our analysts that we're looking to kind of bring out from the dark side, the depths of dealing with, running analysis in Excel, they're oftentimes, sad to say, at their desk early morning and late because they're, dealing with a lot of their data problems. So that's when we tend to catch them.
Very good. Well, Amy, it's been a pleasure to have you on. I appreciate you taking the time today. Those are 3 really great tips, simple tips, but viewers out there, inside sales reps, always be prospecting, right? Make it purposeful. Business development, take some of these tips, put them to use, go back to your cubes, your desk, whatever, and let's get prospecting and let's convert some more leads to appointments. Thanks a lot, Amy. Have a great rest of the day.
Great. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care.